Whatever, I don't know. People know I'm Justin. No matter
All
what
right,
it's about.
go ahead and reintroduce yourself.
So I'm Justin, the community manager of War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and Final Fantasy Brave Exvius as well.
Now, have you always been for regular Brave Exvius, or you is that new for you?
So War of the Visions is kind of new, right? Like the game's only been out for 6 months.
Right.
I came into Square Enix only 4 months ago, so I just eclipsed 4 months here. I am the new community manager for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and then I guess War of the Visions too. I came in at the same day, made the same Reddit posts on the same day, and like that sort of stuff.
I had no idea that you were the community manager for Brave Exvius as well.
Not that you really asked, but like,
right.
I do have to like split my brain in two sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll come into work. Well, this is where I sit for work. I'll open my laptop and I'll open Reddit, and then I'll have like 15 messages, and I click on that, and then it'd be like half of them are from FFBE, the other half of them are from War of the Visions, you know.
Wow. So your day starts out the same way my day starts out, where you wake up and you probably log on to Discord or log on to Reddit, and
I would do that anyway, but yes.
And I mean, obviously you have your private and your work Reddit and Discord probably separated. Yep. Are you like full-time community manager? Like, is your job like 40 hours a week community managing?
Yeah. Like,
wow.
Like, obviously I can't tell you every single thing that I do and work on and stuff like that, but yeah, I have other duties that aren't just War of the Visions and FFBE.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's really cool. So, like, does a day for you look like you just sitting in front of your laptop, or do you do other stuff?
Yeah, I basically sit in this chair when I'm not asleep. Other than that, I'm sitting right here at this computer.
Wow. You probably are pretty busy then. Would you say, like, was the job what you were expecting, or is it busier than you expected, or?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe both of those at the same time. Because I've been doing community management for several years now. I worked at a previous company for about 4 years.
Right.
So I guess in some ways it's busier, in some other ways not so much. Like, it's going to be different for any company that you work at. There's going to be a certain number of tasks that they want you to focus on or want you to do. And you go to another company and they're like, we don't really care about that. We want you to do this instead. That sort of stuff.
Has COVID affected you a lot?
I guess I was a hikikomori.
What does that mean?
FFBE reference. I stayed in. I played on my computer a lot anyway.
Yep. I mean, I think most of us are.
But the weirdest thing is like everybody obviously started transitioning to work from home and that sort of stuff.
Right.
For the beginning of the year, and when that whole entire thing was happening, I was actually interviewing for Square Enix at the same time. And then my previous job, we went work from home. So I've actually started at this job without ever really meeting anybody outside of the
weird.
Yeah, I've never really been into the office to, you know.
Like, would you normally have an office that you would go into?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's honestly weird. It's weird for a lot of people. So.
Yeah, I like that. Sorry, guys, I'll move the mouse. Wow, that's really cool. So you do play War of the Visions, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite unit? I know when we talked before it was Victoria.
So my favorite unit. Also, the servers go down in 3 minutes. So if you didn't spend your FFT collaboration coins, you better go do that.
Oh yeah, go do that, guys.
Who's my favorite unit, right? So everybody plays these games for different reasons, right? So like a lot of people that you had on earlier today, they're going to say my favorite unit is X because they slaughter in PvP,
right?
Or they help me get world first or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm a simple guy. I like my waifus. What can I say? So I don't know. I mean, I have Ramada as my home unit, and I have her as my my little icon unit. She's kind of like she extends the helping hand to people that are new, and she makes a safe place for them. And I like that. I can relate with that.
When we've talked previously, you've talked about your fondness for Twin Tails. And you kind of just told me you have a waifu case hiding behind that television. What other waifus are in that case that everyone would know about?
That everybody would know about? Well, the only one that I guess is I have a Zelda figure that's in there.
Okay.
For Breath of the Wild. Other than that, I don't really have any like big like waifu figures.
Okay.
I have some cool husbandos. I guess I'm waiting on.
Oh, who's the cool husbando?
Well, I have Deku, and I'm waiting on a cool Tanjiro one and a Levi one also. So COVID's slowed them down. I'm waiting for them. It's gonna take forever.
So you love Hero Academia then, right?
I mean, I'm not caught up, so.
You're not caught up?
But no, I do think it's a pretty good show. I do like it. I was actually very recently looking for an All Might figure because I really like All Might.
Are you like, would you say, what's your all-time favorite anime?
Attack on Titan.
Okay, have you read the manga on that?
I have a couple of them in a bookcase that you can't see. I've read a few of them, but I haven't read all the way through because I know there's like a side story with like Levi and that sort of stuff.
Yes. Have you read through what's going to happen in season 4 yet?
Nope. You know, it's kind of funny because I know like this obviously isn't related to War of the Visions or whatever, but Crunchyroll re-uploaded the same video for Attack on Titan season 4. They re-uploaded it today, and somebody sent me the link, and I was like, here we go, new trailer, but it was the same one.
So you got baited, is what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. No, season 4 will probably be the best season, I think. Oh,
I'm not drinking alcohol, by the way. I'm drinking Dasani.
Well, you're probably technically working. You're probably not allowed to drink alcohol, right?
I mean, I don't drink anyway, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
You're another man that doesn't drink like me.
Nope.
Nice.
Pure.
So you would be all for the Martinelli's that I'm drinking right now.
I don't know what that is.
Martinelli's is sparkling cider, is what they're. It's
not
a weird
way to say Mountain Dew, but yes.
So for War of the Visions, what's your most exciting change that's coming up?
I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes things kind of get like dripped in, or there's like maybe like major ones, that sort of stuff. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the crafting one for a long time. You guys were just talking about it like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I guess the crafting one, because it really is going to make things easier, you know?
Yeah.
Are you? Because I was literally because I was trying to farm the platinum mace, and I was going through, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this right now, so I'm just gonna do it.
So do you have Ildira?
I do, yeah. So that's a funny thing is I'm not extremely lucky, but I do feel like I'm kind of lucky. Obviously, I don't pull on every single banner. Right. I'm not a huge spender, to be honest.
They don't give you free Visior for your job?
Well, I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe I just don't spend it.
There you go.
Yeah, like I'm only Royal rank 6, which I know a lot of free-to-play people out there are like, whoa. But it's not really that much. And I don't really buy Visior to pull on banners. I just kind of pull whatever I have. But I will say when I do pull, I do feel kind of lucky. I didn't pull on Final Fantasy Tactics at all. Well, actually, I did 2 pulls, and I was like, eh. But yeah, I got Ildira pretty easy, Uldoa pretty easy, and by pretty easy I mean like average 5 pulls.
That's pretty good.
I got Rain for free. I got Warrior of Light within like 4 pulls, and it's kind of funny because there was a thread on Reddit that I was reading earlier today, like a pull simulator, you know, for pulling on Stern that's coming out.
Yep.
And the title of the post was like 280,000 Visior spent or whatever to pull them, and I was like, all right, let's see if I get lucky. So I was doing the simulation. I got them on the 4th pull, and I was like, okay, because I was doing that on my main computer. I was like, let me do it on my laptop. Let me see. And then I got it on the 5th pull, and I was like, you know, maybe I should share this, but no, I'm not gonna.
That's not something. That's where, like, I mean, I would be so angry. Like, like I get so angry when people pull Ildira on like MR Plus tickets, and I'm like, just give her to me. Yeah,
I haven't been that lucky. But when we just had the 10 pulls for free, I did ended up getting Diablos from that.
Ooh.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not super lucky, but I'm pretty lucky for the level of effort that I put into like gaining Visior and that sort of stuff, I would say.
Okay. They don't have like a community manager account where they just give you everything. Where they're just like, here's Ildira.
They don't even know what my account is.
No way.
Yeah.
So they're not even like searching and like, Oh man, if I was a community manager, I'd be like, give me the shit, guys. Like,
well, yeah, like I've seen a lot of people say that. Like, there was literally somebody just saying that earlier today on Discord. They're like, you should get 200,000 viewer a month, so you can do polls. And it's like, I mean, I get that. If like you said you're not a math guy, but you're a numbers guy.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the other people that you thought on today are numbers guys. But like, there's a lot of people that play this game that aren't really at that level, right? So I don't know. I'm just an average person that's just doing average person stuff.
Right. You're trying to you're trying to understand kind of what everybody goes through, right? Like, I mean, that's your
not
role.
My intention, but that is what happens. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it could be not fun if they just give you everything too.
So it's a gotcha game, and part of the fun is pulling. And when you see the bronze book and you're like, take your phone, you're like, and then it upgrades, you're like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Like, that's fun.
So you're a phone thrower, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't throw my phone, but yeah, I guess maybe.
Are we ever gonna see you? Like, I know you stream other games. Like, I know I've seen you stream Fall Guys and stuff. And I know that you're really close with Deegan as well. Are we ever gonna see you streaming War of the Visions at all?
Personally, probably not. I mean, yes and no, but like, I don't know. It's kind of a complicated thing, and it's something that I've actually thought about as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, the sort of attention that you get when you're streaming that way is not normal attention.
No,
because
I promise
has
it's
an
not.
issue with their account and they get blocked or something, right? So then they come into the chat and they're flaming you because their account got blocked, or they got banned because they were doing something wrong, or one of 300 other issues. And it can be a lot when you're just trying to, like, I don't know, watch you lose in guild battles and somebody's raging at you or something like that.
Well, and that's
the attention it isn't very inviting, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, and I would say, you're the person everybody goes to when something's wrong. They might not necessarily go to you if something's done right. You're probably getting messages on Discord all the time. I could imagine it could be not fun, particularly when you probably have actually very little power to do anything, right?
I think there's like a romanticized vision of what a community manager is in the general gaming industry. Obviously, that's going to vary from studio to studio across different types of games and that sort of stuff. Even within the same studios, different products and that sort of thing.
Right.
Some people have unrealistic expectations and that sort of stuff. But I mean, I don't know. It's not like, I made this sort of comment on Reddit a couple times, and it's like, it's not my will or my magic wand that's going to change something in the game. What I think a lot of people don't realize is, you see me and you see Mr. Fujimoto-san or Hiroki on the stream. But there's dozens of people that you guys don't know exist that work on the game, that work on design, work on production, work on all this other stuff. So it's sort of up to them to figure out how to implement things best way or in a different way. Also, sort of related to that is, like, I think a lot of people don't really understand sort of like the level of stuff that happens. Sometimes people can get this idea that maybe content is only planned out like a month or two in advance.
Right.
Like, I've worked at game studios in the past or whatever, where they have content planned a year in advance. So maybe there's like a system that they're looking at revitalizing or completely changing, but the community wants it changed right now. And they're like, well, we're going to be changing it here in 6 months. We can't really announce it yet because we don't have the details finalized. So then you sit there and players are asking you nonstop, hey, when's this going to change? When's this going to be updated?
And you probably know, right
now.
Right.
That was kind of a long-winded answer, but yes.
Well, no, but I think that's also, like, I think anyone who hasn't worked for a big company or hasn't worked with things that are in production won't know about that. Or won't know that experience of, there is, in your situation, maybe dozens, in other companies, maybe hundreds of people that are working on something and planning something, and you have a timeline out and you hear the complaints and there's nothing, like, you can't solve it immediately because you already know it's coming down the pipeline. Like, it's already being worked on. It's already being developed. And the people who are developing this game and looking at this game, they're not stupid. They probably know. They probably go to the Reddit or go to the Discords or, they are probably involved. They probably can't say they're involved, but they're definitely involved in doing things. And I think,
there are more people that look at Reddit and Discord and you know, like obviously there's somebody managing the Facebook account and the Twitter account, that sort of stuff. So like there are more people than me that look at feedback and that sort of stuff. And obviously that was being looked at even before I started working.
Yeah, I definitely. And I think we're kind of blessed in a way because we get to see things that are coming down the pipelines from JP. So unlike the JP community that doesn't know at all, we actually can see that there are changes coming.
Yeah. And I think for people, like some of the people that are in the PvP scene, and they were even talking about this earlier, they're like, I know exactly what item is going to be coming out, and I know how to prepare myself in order to get that.
Right.
And I think people are pretty in tune with the cadence and how it's set up with like Japan and like what sort of changes generally come through and that sort of stuff. So it really helps with people trying to future-proof things that they're doing.
Yep.
Chat's getting, look at all these paragraphs that are coming
through. all the paragraphs from chat are happening right now. We also know, well, I mean, I think that's why like global exclusives are so great, is because then it's like we weren't expecting it, right? Like we weren't expecting Freyevia, and it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, that was, so that was obviously like the first video that I did. And it was kind of funny because when I did the recording, they were like, so Freyevia she's kind of a big deal, and this is like the first announcement. So can you give it a little more? And I was like, yeah, I can try.
They wanted you to be more animate, right?
Yeah, because I think that's like, hopefully doing this, you guys can see that like I feel a little more rigid when I'm doing the video recordings.
Right.
There's a lot that goes into doing those recordings. And that sort of stuff. So hopefully you can see that I'm a bit more of a normal person.
Yeah, I think you're a normal person. I learned that when I watched Fall Guys. I learned I would never want to encounter you in a dark alley. Is what I learned.
I don't think people will get quite what that means.
I think you could kick my ass if I met you in a dark alley. I think you're scrappy, and I think people when they see you on the global content and the videos, you look a little like innocent. You're all shaven, like.
Yeah, the only time I shave is when I have to do those videos.
Yeah, and you sound like you're smiling. And it's a very different Justin than the Justin that we get like right now. And you
know, that's something that I've tried to like, because I read the YouTube comments and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, he's really stiff or something.
Yeah.
I can see that, you know, but I'm
not.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that find you very attractive as well, Justin. Are you the type of person that would push someone in Fall Guys, Justin?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
I wouldn't push them, but I would grab them. I would throw them off the edge. I would do, whatever I need to do, and sometimes at the detriment of my own well-being, but it's worth it.
I did not just hit on Justin, just so we're all clear.
Oh, did that happen?
I have a community obligation to find out everything I can about Justin and share it with you guys.
I also have nowhere to look, right? Like I can't see his camera. So if I'm looking in one direction, it's because I'm looking at chat. Just so you guys know. Yeah.
So do you do like collaboration stuff with like Brave Exvius then? So like you hang out with Clake and Howells and all of them too?
No, this is actually the first time that I think anybody's ever really seen me outside of those War of the Visions videos.
Oh, you're saying I'm your first. What a night.
I guess.
Yeah. Gosh, if there was one thing you wanted the community to know about you, what would it be?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Were you...
It's kind of a weird question because I don't... Like, I feel like a very normal person, right? And like sometimes... Let me give you an example. I feel like a normal person that's just kind of doing my job and sharing information. And honestly, what I want is I want everybody to be happy in everything that they do. And sometimes, like I read a comment the other day on Reddit. And it's just like, it said something like, you're doing a really good job as a CM. We really appreciate it or something like that. And it may seem like I ignore those comments or something, but I do read all of them. And when I read stuff like that, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm just a normal person that's doing my job. So I don't know. It feels like I'm very happy that people say stuff like that, but at the same time, it makes me feel almost uncomfortable because I'm like, oh, little old me.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're in a very similar situation where I see everything that people post about me on Reddit. And it's either like, oh, or it's like, oof.
Yeah. So that's definitely something. If any of you are looking to be a community manager, you have to know that a lot of your job depends on the development and the production team.
Yep.
Just straight up. But at the same time, no matter what happens, regardless of what it is, there's going to be people out there that are either unhappy or don't like you or something.
You're the bad guy.
You're going to read those comments.
Yep.
100%. So you have to kind of have thick skin, you know? So
yeah.
Like when there's a company that's looking for a community manager, maybe the person isn't like super well versed in the game or something like that. Sometimes I've seen people be like, why was this person hired if they don't know anything about the game? It's like, well, they know how to handle a community, and that's really important because there's been a lot of times, like even people that I've worked with, where they'll say things like, I could never be on the forums like this.
Yeah.
People say, because I would block them or I would rage or something like that. So
yeah,
it takes a certain level of
you're scrappy.
But I don't really have much power for banning people or anything like that. So I just read all the comments and take them to heart.
That's you just listen, right? You're a good listener. You hear that, guys? Justin's a good listener, guys. It's everything we all want. Oh God, what else do we want to talk about, Justin? I should have prepared like a million questions for you. I know people.
Well, people are obviously going to have like a million questions about the game. I've seen them coming through.
Do you like long walks?
To answer questions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I cut you off. I couldn't really hear you.
No. Do you like long walks on the beach?
Yeah. So I live close to the beach, so I do like doing that.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, so I can't really answer a lot of the like super
like game questions
that are coming through. Yep. Like, when are we going to get this, or when is this going to happen? Yeah, I see all of those, obviously. All that information is shared. But it kind of comes into like Reddit and that sort of stuff too, where like sometimes I do have the information, or I do have an answer. I just can't share it with that random comment that's there on Reddit or on Discord and stuff. Like the team has a certain level of stuff that they want to do. So I think they understand that me replying to a random comment on Reddit isn't really the exposure of the news that they want to get out.
Right.
So if anybody's kind of wondering sometimes.
Right. Like you're not going to be able to tell people if we're getting Halloween units or not, right? Like that's not something like people are going to ask that and you just can't answer that, right?
Right. So I know the answer to that question in my head, but I can't verbalize it.
Right. For the UR unit poll of choice, which UR unit are you going to be voting for?
So I knew this question was going to be coming, and my answer is I like to remain as unbiased as I possibly can. Obviously, everybody is going to be voting for Mr. Zazane.
Yeah.
Well, so all right. So look, let me set this up. In FFBE, we just had a player's choice thing where they could kind of vote for the rewards that they wanted. Basically, everybody that talked online said that they were going to be voting for what they call STMR tickets. Well, it was basically it was very well written, but everybody expected that was going to win. That didn't get anywhere close to winning.
Really?
There was utter confusion and angst the morning that it was announced, and everybody was very upset.
And then you got a lot of messages, right?
To quell your expectations here and realize maybe that the bubble that is Reddit is a little smaller than what you may think it is.
So you're saying you're not Team Zazan, and Zazan is a trash unit, and we're going more for Sir O, right?
No. So here's the problem. Here's the problem with who like the names that you're giving me. They're dudes.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Oh, you're saying Adelard, Zazan, they're not gonna win.
Well, they might win, but I'm not because of my vote.
No. Who are you voting for then? Who are you voting for?
I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier today. There's an MR unit. I don't really know how to pronounce her name. It's like Katia or something. She's super kawaii. She's a wind unit.
Katia, yeah.
Katia.
Yep.
I mean, she's just too cute not to vote for, right? But I'm the only person that said that, so I realized that voting for her is going to be a vote.
Justin, ain't nobody gonna vote Katia. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I realize this and I understand that, so I'm not gonna throw the vote away.
I mean, you have to go against Team Zazan, right?
No, so to be honest, I'm probably just not gonna vote. Unless they give me a reward in game for doing it, then I'm just
Can I get you on camera saying that Sir O is the best waifu and you're gonna vote for him?
No, you can't. Not unless you deep fake me, because that's not going to happen.
Oh, I can deep fake you. Oh, so you're not voting. You're going to remain neutral then.
Yeah, I'll probably not vote. Just out of, I don't know. Like, because like in FFBE, they give you like a little gill snapper or something when you use your ticket.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, you know what? That reminds me is Hiroki said in the video that based off the volume of votes or something like that, then there's going to be a reward. So I guess maybe it is my duty to, that should not be new information. Whatever he said in the video.
You guys just heard it. Justin gave out new information. That's not me.
It's whatever he said in the video. But yeah, so now remembering that, I guess I am obligated to vote.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I want gill snappers.
Well, I don't know if they're doing that. I just.
Oh yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, Justin. Oh yeah. Did you scream when you saw the Final Fantasy 16 trailer?
So I know a lot of people are probably wondering this, but I did not know that was happening.
What? How do you not know?
Well, it's a big company. I don't know what to
Don't they have to tell you that shit?
So what I was sitting here, I was ready, I was watching the PlayStation conference. Right. By the way, if you didn't get your pre-order in, sucks, because I got mine in.
Wow.
But I was watching it started, right? Obviously everybody knows that it was the first video. And I was watching this and I was like, these characters look a lot like FF14. And then you see the Chocobo and you're like, what? And then I was just trying to figure out like what's going on here. And then
was like the next call you called Hiroki and you were like, why the hell didn't I know this? Like,
I think he would be asleep because it was like 1 p.m. our time.
So do you play Final Fantasy 14 then?
I do go back to it. So I'm an MMO person. I play a lot of MMOs. Not really playing one right now, but I have played FF14 a bit. Play Summoner, an Astrologian. Started with a Dragoon.
I like that you said it correctly.
I hate it. I don't actually like that pronunciation. I said it like that on purpose just to please it.
Have you played Shadowbringers?
Yeah. So I'm not super hardcore into it, but there was like an update recently that I was kind of playing a little bit, but I didn't really get too far into.
Did you ever were you a Final Fantasy fanboy growing up?
So the unfortunate thing about my life is, well, I didn't have a PlayStation when I was growing up.
That's okay. That's normal.
Like my first PlayStation, I didn't really have one until I had a PS3.
Okay.
And I played 13 a little bit, but no. So I had an N64, and I had a Dreamcast, so we can talk about those games.
What was the first Final Fantasy that you played?
It was probably 9. I didn't really play it. I had a roommate that was playing it, so I just kind of like watched him play most of it. Although he didn't beat it, so that means I didn't beat it.
Wow.
He was on the second to last boss fight.
Wow. So since you've kind of taken on this role, have you gone back and played other Final Fantasies, or have you had to research them at all?
So yeah, that's the thing, right? So obviously I work at Square Enix now, and everybody knows Square Enix is the monster company for a lot of things, including something called Final Fantasy.
It's the best company on earth.
Through the entire company, right? Like you feel the Final Fantasy presence as well as like other games and that sort of stuff. So
right.
I was like, this is going to be a really damn good time for me to go back and do stuff. So I played before we made the video for FF1. The Warrior of Light collaboration. I was like, I'm gonna play FF1. So I did, and I played it, and it was cool. It was fun, but oh my god, was it frustrating? Like I raged so much when I was trying to walk through really anywhere that wasn't in town, and I was just aggro.
Yep.
Like, who the hell did this back in 1987? But I guess they didn't know any better. So
no, they didn't. So are you going to be playing Final Fantasy IV for the upcoming Final Fantasy IV collaboration?
I will, definitely. I'm playing through Final Fantasy II right now, using an emulator, and I can fast forward it, which makes it much nicer. Don't tell anybody I said that. But yeah, so my plan is to go in order, get the full holistic look, and we'll see. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what about Final Fantasy Tactics? Didn't play it because I didn't have a PlayStation.
I'm sorry that you're having to play through Final Fantasy II. That's one of my least favorite Final Fantasy.
Well, so yeah, that's obviously, like, I can see chat saying that right now. That's obviously the sentiment that's shared among the entire internet. But, you know.
Are you playing Final Fantasy II because we're getting a Final Fantasy II collaboration confirmed? Would you like to make a statement about that today, Justin?
It's just in order. I don't 1, 2. That's it. But and then I just wanted to say real quick, I was gonna play Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I sold my PlayStation 4 before I started working at Square Enix. So I was like, well,
Justin. Justin, I will send you a PS4 to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. Please. I mean, you already
the money. I used the money on something that I really wanted because I bought the PlayStation 4. I was like, I'm going to play Last of Us. Didn't beat it.
Was it a waifu that you spent the money on?
No, it was just a drawing tablet.
Oh, are you an artist?
No.
Why'd you get a drawing tablet then?
Well, because sometimes you can't let your dreams, you can't shackle your dreams, right? You need to go out there and you need to pound the pavement. You need to get it done. You just need to get it done. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a drawing tablet, and I've used it maybe twice.
Wow. Yeah, so what's your absolute dream then, to be an artist?
To be honest, I would say that my absolute dream, it would definitely be something in games. I really like the idea of designing games and that sort of stuff. So who knows, maybe I'll be a designer one day, because I kind of mess around with it on my own. I do a lot of like small prototype stuff, that sort of thing. Who knows, maybe I'll make Final Fantasy 17.
That would be super cool, wouldn't it? Did you guys hear that? I should probably close the door. I'll be 1 second.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear anything though, so I don't know why he's shutting the door. But yeah, he is probably a little drunk, isn't he?
Who, me? I'm not drunk. I'm not drinking. I'm drinking Martinelli's. Oh, okay. If I was drunk, I would not be able to run this stream, which is, that would not be good. You guys, if the ceiling implodes, I'm in trouble. Just an FYI.
Somebody just said stream FFT. I mean, I might do that. I don't know.
You should do that. That would be really fun.
But I just wanted to say real quick, I don't know how much time we have or whatever, but like, I appreciate, like, there's a lot of the community out there for both War Divisions and FFBE and that sort of stuff. That there's obviously what you get into when you're playing like a Square Enix game is you can see and you can feel the love that people have for it, just the franchise in general, that sort of stuff. Like I was watching a Cabbage Son video earlier today, and he was just talking about how much he loved Final Fantasy Tactics and like the precursors to those games, the Ogre series or whatever. It's just really nice seeing people talk about stuff, and then me being a part of something that brings happiness to a lot of people. That obviously sounds like I'm grandstanding or something like that, and I don't really mean it in that way. It's just there's a really good community out there, and I really like that there are so many people, like including the ones that came on your stream today, that have a lot of passion and love for what they're doing, and they just want to share what their knowledge and their expertise and that sort of stuff with the general community, and it lifts everybody up. A rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah, exactly.
Recently. So the community is better through the hopes and dreams of the people that make it happen.
Oh my. Justin, thank you for the uplifting. Is there any other last comments you would like to make as we are getting ready to have Bismarck on stream next?
I appreciate all the feedback and everything that everybody sends in. Obviously, some things can't be introduced as quickly as they want it, or news can't be shared. I'm just a guy that sits here and reads everything and shares it and that sort of stuff. So
there you go.
Thank you all for doing that. Thank you, Bismarck, for making the things that you
make. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Justin. I do appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people here who are really happy that they got to see you, and you know, it was very exciting for me to get to have you. And you guys, if you're all here, if you guys could all just drop thanks in chat for Justin before we transition out. If you also want to say that your boat's rising, you're okay to say that as well. When I
we didn't need to go there, but that's okay.
When I worked at Starbucks, we would always we would tell people that they fill our cup. So you fill my cup today, Justin.
Well, that's good.
All right, we're gonna transition to the waiting screen, you guys, and we're gonna come get Bismarck on. And I'm going to make sure I don't get yelled at anymore by the ceiling. Thank you so much, Justin. That's exactly what that was.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. It was fun. I will see you in the next one. I don't know what that means, but yeah.